How's it going everyone, WildeThang here and welcome to a brand new Destiny video. In this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about the recent patch that came out yesterday. So that's update 1.1.1. I don't know why they do like 0.1.1, like it goes on forever, but anyway, let's just see what we have. Let's see if they've upgraded the vault. Let me see. No. When are they going to freaking do this? I'm running out of space. I literally can't transfer anything and all they need to do is copy and paste the freaking little squares. Just add, like even if they just add like 2 more rows I'd be freaking happy. But no. I don't see why that's so difficult. So anyway, let's just talk about what they have actually updated. So they fixed an issue in which armor with perks that increase ammunition carrying capacity resulted in ammunition loss upon respawn. So basically I think that's to do with the heavy ammo. So when you died you would lose like half your heavy ammo and it would be annoying because most people have just used like a heavy synth and then they die and then all their freaking ammo goes, so it's a waste. And what else have they done? They've decreased over penetration value for weapons with armor piercing perks. Fixed an issue where items from the PS3 360 demo were using old power values. They have been adjusted to regular levels. I don't really know what that issue was because I've never played the demo. So I didn't know if they'd actually transfer weapons over from the demo, which is pretty good. Song of a Weapon Toolkit now advertises the correct magazine size. I don't personally have that weapon. I don't know why, it's just never dropped for me. I've got every other single freaking Zen gun, but not that one. Shoot to loot, 2-second cooldown added to perk to prevent extra ammunition gains while ammunition bricks despawn. So that basically means you could double shoot them to get double the ammunition. I've not got a gun with that perk, so I don't know what that is. Obviously you just shoot ammo bricks and it actually just adds to your gun, so you don't have to run over and pick it up. Dark Breaker perk will now correctly damage Hive Shriekers. Snap Discharge will now increase attack speed as per the description. Thunderer perk now has priority on the 4th Horseman tooltip. Full Auto is now fixed. There was an issue where it would stop working whilst the trigger was being held down. So that's good. So it doesn't feel like your gun's jamming anymore. So, moving on to like the weapon stuff, the auto rifles have now been reduced in effective range and also base damage has been reduced by 2.5%. Now, I don't know if that's going to affect people in PvP. It shouldn't do because the damage rating doesn't actually affect how you kill people or how quickly you kill people. It's basically in PvE, I would have thought. Obviously the effective range is going to affect some people. Pulse rifles have had a big damage increase of 9.7%. That's why I'm using Bad Juju at the moment, because I'm actually trying to increase my pulse rifle kills for my Grimoire score. And also this actually just needs upgrading, so I thought I'd use it, see if there is any difference. I've noticed a difference with the OSL edict because I was using this before patch. Updated it for like half an hour later and I did see a slight increase to damage. I was killing things a lot quicker. My Red Diff is fully upgraded, but I stopped using it because I felt like it wasn't killing anything. Maybe it's changed with the update, that's why I've got it on my Hunter, so I'm going to try and play around with that as well. Hand cannons have had a reduce in effective range and initial accuracy. So you may find that your hand cannons don't work as well as they did, unfortunately, so that means your Fatebringer might not be as good as it was. Fusion rifles have had a wider blast pattern burst cone added. This also affects Vex Mythoclast, obviously, because it is a fusion rifle, but they have edited the update on the website and they have said that they will be fixing it in a future patch. When that is, I have no idea because they don't really update Destiny that often. They say they will do, they always promise these things, but when it comes out, I couldn't tell you. And they've also reduced the starting ammunition for fusion rifles in PvP, so maybe you'll get killed less with these things now. Shotguns have had a huge increase in damage. They've had a 100% damage increase for PvE, which is awesome because shotguns I felt were okay but could have been better. So hopefully I'll be able to use shotguns more often now. They've reduced the high-end range values, damage fall-off starts sooner, and reduced starting ammunition in PvP. Now obviously some people will be happy with that because a lot of people run around with shotguns and it's highly frustrating. Moving on to activities, a weekly heroic strike is now going to be a match-made activity. So if you don't have any friends online to do the weekly strike to get your 9 coins, then you will be put with randoms. Now, how effective this is going to be, I do not know, but hopefully people will actually want to actually do the strike, because obviously you can get put into teams where they're not even moving, or they're just going to sit there for the ride and get free coins for doing nothing, or you're going to get someone that's going to die tons and you've got to revive them. It's just going to be an arse ache. Strikes will less likely be repeated in matchmaking rotations for full fire teams. So if you're in a team of 3 and you're just doing like Vanguard Rock all day, then you're less likely to get the same strike twice in a row. With PvP, players will now unlock all playlists simultaneously when unlocking the Crucible, so that's a good one as well. So you don't have to go and play every single game type just to unlock like the last one. They've added a new notification when Crucible modes have unlocked. Crucible maps will now be less likely to repeat in matchmaking rotation for full fire teams. That is awesome, because there's been multiple times where I've got the Mars map like 3 or 4 times in a row and it's just so annoying. Guardians will no longer drop heavy ammunition when killed in PvP. So if you see someone picking up heavy ammunition and you go and kill them, you're not going to get heavy ammo, which is, it's going to be annoying. Obviously you're going to be using the heavy ammo or heavy weapons a lot less now, which is sucky. Guardians will also drop less special ammunition when killed in PvP. That's not too bad because there are quite a few boxes scattered around the map. It's the heavy ammo that everyone wants. I don't know why they've changed that. I'm guessing loads of people complained about it because they kept getting killed by rocket launchers or something. Completed matches will now award gear with proper power level. I don't know what they mean by that. That could be anything. But they only drop rare stuff, so I can't see it being any use anyway. So what's the point? They've also fixed a bug where there was no audio playing for the bullet that kills them. So I don't know what they mean. Is that... I'm guessing that means when you kill someone, you don't hear the last bullet sound. Or if someone kills you, you don't hear the bullet. I don't know. Whichever way around that is. Also, Iron Banner, now the playlist now contains smaller maps in rotation. Focused aggression bounty can now be completed with headshots from pulse rifles, scout rifles and hand cannons, so you don't have to just use auto rifles. If you prefer using hand cannons in PvP, then that is awesome. I do use my Thorn quite a lot, so I might try and do the bounties for that next time Iron Banner's around. Next thing is Xur will always bring exotic engrams. Crota's End completion emblem will now be sent to the postmaster when player inventory is full. Ammunition consumables will now work if used when player inventory is full. So some of you may have noticed that when you use a heavy synth that it doesn't actually work, and that was down to the fact that you had too much stuff in your inventory. It was either too much stuff in total or too many heavy synth, I'm not entirely sure, but they fixed that now apparently. They fixed an issue when you deleted your character that you couldn't get the Tumbler Sparrow from Tess Everett's, so that's now fixed, so you can go pick that up as well. The next thing is a user interface update, which is in your inventory. So if you just scroll over to your inventory, you'll see this little drop down button here, which I personally hate because it doesn't look like anything else in the freaking game. It would have been awesome if they used like these little diamond shaped square off an angle kind of doodah up here, you know, like where they've got this, they got the little icons for each thing. They could have used just one of these, so it didn't have to be any sort of thing. It could have just been like, I don't know, like a green square. It would have looked a lot nicer. But anyway, that's been added so you guys can just check all your stuff in your inventory without having to run around the tower and try and find the like the Crucible Masters and all that stuff. So yeah, you can just quickly check your Cryptarch, Vanguard, Crucible, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, New Monarchy, and then Crota's Bane. I'm guessing they'd have Iron Banner in here as well when that's available. It also shows your Crucible marks and your Vanguard marks for the week. Obviously you guys know you can only get 100 max each week. So that is a little bonus, but I probably will still use destinystatus.com just because it shows everything on one page. But yeah, it's a good addition, I suppose. It was annoying when I couldn't see, when I had to run around and try and find someone to show me what my rep was. What else? Players in public spaces will now no longer see voice notifications when player in a match-made fire team enter. Players will now see improved notification when teammates join and depart team and fire team chat channels. Now, the only difference I've seen with that is that the bar at the bottom is a lot higher, like in depth. So I don't know if that's the only increase. They've just made it bigger. But that's what I've seen anyway. And then they had a massive update for Grimoire cards. Now, if any of you guys out there like collecting your Grimoire cards and increasing your score, you will love this update. They've fixed a ton of stuff that no one actually got unlocked. So basically, like when you got 5,000 kills in the Crucible with, say, like your Hunter, it wouldn't unlock. You'd get the notification at the bottom, but your score would not increase. And I had that quite a few times. Combined Arms Grimoire cards will now unlock when completing a Clash or Control game. So that's an easy 5 points, just go play a game and that's it. House of Wolves card will now unlock upon the start of Ishtar Collective story mission. Most of you guys will probably notice that you couldn't unlock it unless you started up a new character or you jumped in someone else's game and watched the Reef cutscene. Now you can just play the Ishtar Collective and get those 10 points. Guardian ability card will now be granted when players enter orbit. Siege Dancers card will be granted upon the start of Dust Palace Strike. Now Dust Palace Strike is only a PlayStation exclusive, so people on Xbox will not get that one. Completing Crota's End now adds to the raid introduction Grimoire card, which is awesome because I've not played Vault of Glass for a while now, and I did complete Crota's End 6 times this week, and that would have freaking added to it, but unfortunately it didn't, so maybe next week I'll unlock that one. Yurt Grimoire card will now unlock appropriately. I've already got that one. Siege of the Warmind card will now unlock appropriately, and quite a few fixes have been added to Omnigul, Yurt Crota, Awakening, the Will of Crota, Crota's End, Ascendant Sword, Pantheon, Sky Shot, the Cauldron, Might of Crota, and then some ghost fragments have been updated as well. So if you guys look at my Grimoire score, yesterday I was sat at what was it? I was sat at 2700, so 2700. Yesterday my Grimoire score increased by a massive 90 points. So then I went and did the House of Wolves card and bumped it up again to 2800, and the maximum score you can now get is 2930. So I've still got 130 score to try and get. Next thing is just a few technical things like improved network, DLC and patch systems have been improved, network resilience to patch reordering or packet reordering. So yeah, just some boring technical stuff. So yeah, that is patch 1.1.1. Hopefully you guys have learnt something from this, or if you didn't already know what the patch included. There is a full list on bungie.net in their news bit. I just wanted to show you like the little updates, like the inventory update and little bits like that. But unfortunately we still don't have a bigger vault, which sucks, but I guess they're going to update that with the DLC, which comes out God knows when. They keep saying different days. Apparently it was supposed to be March, but now it's going to be like May or June. But we'll see. It's supposed to be like the second quarter of 2015, but that's like 3 months, so I don't know what month it's going to be, unfortunately. So anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Man, really? You're going to bring that shit here, are you? What the hell is going on? Oh, I'm serious. Why does it take so many kills to kill people? I don't get this.